building is unstable at that time, so there's probably at least 3 weeks of bracing in here, steel columns, steel beams, just to keep it from racking when it goes up. First was cutting all the floor out of here because it was so rotten. So we cut all the floor system out, drug it outside, and then, then lifted and then excavated. Oh, probably, 30 dump truck loads out of here because of how far it was. The building was set on the ground originally, no foundation. So when it goes up, and we take out 4 foot of ground. And so between this and the other building, because we did both at the same time. We just rolled it back over there to get it out of the way, and so we could get in and out here to excavate here, and then obviously build the foundation and then roll it back over onto the foundation. There's 20 tons of steel that went underneath this building to lift it up. And then, the building probably weighed 60 to 80,000 pounds itself. So you got a whole lot of weight going there. We used 12 hydraulic jacks to lift this one. Usually house lift, we're into 4 jacks. So, and this building and the building over there went up at the same time. So take this whole thing as a combination of that other storefront, and it was all lifted at the same time. 2 buildings connected with a common wall, and we picked them both up at the same time. So then after it's in there, we just excavate from underneath it, which takes a considerable amount of time because you're doing it with a skid steer. So you have a piece of equipment underneath the building, and you got all those columns in here, all the cribbings in here, and you got to work around them and, negotiate that also to get the dirt out of there. So it probably took 10 days to excavate. And then we move on to foundation. And so water lines went in later because most utilities came from the alley. And so the only one we had to put in was the sewer in the front here. So it's easier for the guys to work in here too at that point because, whether they're inside here and get the floor system in and then go from there. Anything we could save is in the warehouse next door here. And it's being utilized for part of this building, and it's being utilized for all the siding on the old saw shop out there. So that'll look just like it did. This thing was empty when I got here. Nothing in here. Yeah, just like this. There was some insulation and some other stuff here, but all that was gone. There was nothing left in here. These are the original ceilings. It was a big deal to save the front of the building and the original ceilings in here. Yeah, and if you look up, that's some of the repurposed wood right there, some of the fir that we're using up there in the corner just to close that out. So, this was very important to save this part of the building, the front of it and this, and a lot of it. That's why we also disassembled everything we'd take, denailed it, and stacked it in the warehouse over there. There's a lot in there. And you've seen some of the flooring we put in that other room now, which is basically going to be that same thing. It's fir flooring. It probably won't creak, we hope not, but but that's another important thing. It'll look like Harper. You just won't be running downhill and uphill when you're walking in here. Yeah, it's because it's basically you have engineering and you got to follow the engineering. So you're working on both sides of that because it's not a historical building, but we want to keep the look of it at the same part, but then upgrade it, electrically, plumbing, sprinkler systems, and so you got to work through that, So we want to find the outside color that looks the best on it. Use siding that matches the old siding, but it's better, lasts longer. It has to be registered to be on it, either the national or the Washington Historical Register. So this building could have been torn down and rebuilt. That was an option, as far as that goes, but the owners did not want to do that. I could have 10 guys working on some days up here of my own, but then you have, 4 electricians up here, and you got 3 doing sprinklers, and you got the so you got the heating company. So you have all the trades that are here and all are local that were here. So average day, I would say like 7 to 8 people. But you're doing the foundation, you got more people here, We redid the roof lines up there. That's a lot more, a lot more people at the time. So, but you can only stack so many people in a place at one time and be efficient. So. Kind kind of was asked to get involved in it. I wasn't sure, at the time if I had time or if I wanted to, because I've done a lot of Roslyn buildings and I enjoyed doing them. And it just worked out in the end that just everything came together and we got started. The NWI building, front to back, the distillery, I've done all that in there. With the church here up on the corner with the octagon and the manse beside it, we did that. Just numerous houses on West 5th Street we've done, lifted and then rebuilt. So, too many to, we got one up just around the corner there. You see that one that's on the, yeah, that one's up. And then obviously the Lane House, which is on the same street there. I did that 5 or 6 years ago for the RDA, maybe longer. But that was probably comparable to this project as far as how damaged that building was, and how damaged this building was when it came time to lift it. I've done projects up here that were in that type of historical thing, and people aren't always happy with what you're doing because they don't understand the process of bringing it back up to code, engineering and stuff like that. Here, there's been nothing but support. I've been on the jobs where I've been asked and questioned, by just people, Roslyn people or whoever is coming by, because they don't understand what's going on here. I mean, we stop and talk to everyone since it's one up there, and people thank us and, talk to my guys, bring them water, whatever it is. So it's pretty nice to have that outpouring from the community for doing something. You go to multi-pack electrical systems, there's 12 months out. They're installing that today. We got ahead of it, but it still takes 12 months to get it, So meter packs, anything over 1 meter is out usually 12 to 15 months when you order it. Some of the buildings that are sitting, they're a little slower. Some of the big commercial buildings are just waiting for meter packs sometimes, So we got ours and we're ready to go now. So once that's in, then we'll be ready to separate all electrical in these units and start that rental process. I know there's a lot of interest because we have people come all the time. So. It's hard to be unhappy when you're smiling. So I learned that a long time ago and I tell people you're as happy as you want to be, and some people want to punch me when I say that. But later on, usually they grasp what I'm saying, and they come back and they go, hey, you were right, I'm as happy as I want to be, and I know there's special circumstances out there, but I know people that are happy who've had bad things happen to them too, so. Yeah, they're unhappy. I tell my kids that, you're as happy as you want to be. So you choose, and they all figured it out, I don't know. What just drives me. It's just, my wife drives me. I'm here to do stuff for her and take care of her. And if I can't do that, then, I'm not doing something right. Happy to be alive every day, Jim. It's that time, you lose people around you, you get a little older and you lose a few more people all the time. And life's shorter and more precious every day. It's not the other way around.